We are at the halfway point of Global Champions League Round 2, and with it, once again, some interesting storylines because the Stockholm Hearts have bounced back incredibly well. Marlon Bayard-Jonsson and this now 17-year-old H&M Indiana once again delivering an incredible clear. The Doha Falcons are trying to fight back. They too find themselves on 12 penalties. Basel Cosmopolitans, New York Empire, they are all trying to fight their way back up as high up that ranking as they can to give themselves an opportunity for those overall rankings. Let's show you then how things eventually finish. How is the leaderboard looking like now at the end of the halfway point of Global Champions League Round 2? As mentioned, a handful of teams that find themselves on 12 penalties. That is the leading score now. The Stockholm Hearts find themselves on 12. Doha Falcons, Mexico Amigos. Then one fence behind them, the Basel Cosmopolitans, along with the Istanbul Warriors, who also have a very high penalty count. Some uncharacteristic rounds from outstanding riders who are finding life a little bit difficult here at the Longines Tops International Arena in Valkenswaard. But as it stands now, the Monaco Comets find themselves on 20. It's the Stockholm Hearts that lead on 12 penalties. A lot to try and unpack and a lot to try and look at to get better perspective as to how things stand. Speaking of the Monaco Comets, despite being at the bottom of the current leaderboard, they find themselves jumping a double clear. It was an outstanding double clear from Jolly Mitlineo and from Edwina Tops-Alexander. Let's catch up with the young Greek rider Mitlineo to get her thoughts on that performance.
Jolly, what a fantastic clear and a wonderful double clear from both of you in the second round.
Yeah, we're very, very pleased, actually. Both horses jumped really well, I have to say. I mean, I was watching Edwina and she puts the positive pressure on me to then do the same. And luckily, the mare I've got underneath me, she knows when it's game time. So I'm really pleased with mine. I spoke to Edwina. She's very, very pleased with hers. So, yeah, we're looking forward to the rest of the week as well.
How did the course compare to round one, sorry?
So both courses, rather, were good courses, I have to say. This one, I would say, is potentially riding a bit trickier, which is normal. It is also the Grand Prix qualifier. So this one's got a lot of options in a few places. So you really have to know yourself, your horse, your stride, the way that they cover in grass rings versus sand rings. You know, there's a lot that you have to take into consideration to jump this second round clear. I've got quite a lot of experience with my mare on grass, so I think that helps. But yeah, I think we're going to see a few faults. I think we've seen a few already, so yeah, we'll see how it unfolds.
The team obviously needs some crucial points going into the second half of the season. Have you got a game plan for the rest of it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you know, we have a rough schedule that we made kind of when it was the halfway point. Of course, you never know with horses how things go, so things always kind of change here and there. But we do have a rough plan, and I think it's a good one.
Well done. A great round two.
Thank you very much.
The performance outstanding from Jolly Mitlineo, the outstanding performance, or the performance outstanding, shall I say, from Edwina Tops-Alexander. Both Monaco Comets riders, powered by the Iron Dames, jumping a double clear. However, that difficulty in the opening round, the 16 from Jean Sadram and the 4 from Mitlineo in round 1, has certainly hurt them. However, there look to be faults all around this arena. The question now is, are there going to be a handful of teams that perhaps start to move above the 20s? How high can the Monaco Comets climb if there are other faults around them and other teams have some difficulty? From what has been designed here by Uliana Vezzani today, it looks as if it is challenging. There are high enough score counts to give the Monaco Comets some belief that they can still climb the leaderboard thanks to that wonderful double clear from Mitlineo and from Tops-Alexander. The Doha Falcons at one stage thought that maybe they might be able to take the provisional lead. There was a wonderful clear from Giacomo Casadei and a 4 from Bassem Mohammed. Unfortunately, based on time, they fall slightly behind the Mexico Amigos and the Stockholm Hearts. Let's hear from Giacomo Casadei to get his thoughts on his performance.
Giacomo, you're getting a chance to watch back your round there. What do you make of it? Tell us about your round.
Yeah, I'm very happy. My horse jumped really, really good. I'm lucky for the last fence, but yeah, I'm very happy for this result.
She's a super mare. What kind of feeling did she give you today?
Yes, it's incredible mare. He's 2 years now, and he did a big show. And yes, he do a chance to do a super experience in the big show. And yes, I'm very happy.
And for the team as well, coming into round 2 and doing a clear, and obviously Bassam only getting 1 down, it's a good position.
Yeah, I'm very happy. It's my first show with the team, and yeah, I'm lucky.
You're the lucky charm. Well done.
Thank you very much.
All right, Giacomo Casadei speaking to us, giving us some thoughts and some reaction as to how things went in Global Champions League Round 2 live from Valkenswaard. I'm trying to keep an eye on where Razorback International are. The team powered by Horse Gym will be coming out in a few moments' time. Quickly, as we wait for Razorback to make their way out, let's get perhaps a closing thought from Rosie Turner once more. Rosie, give us some thoughts on what you've been hearing from the riders. Halfway point of Global Champions League Round 2. What have been some recurring themes that you've been hearing on the ground?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. As you can see, I'm just here in the warm-up, ready to go for the second half of this round 2. A lot of these riders are saying that it is a very, very technical course. You can see here Peter de Vos just having his boot check and doing last-minute checks here with his horse Primo DV. But it's a lovely, lovely big warm-up arena. Lots of the teams getting prepared, which will be the second half of round 2. Lots to play for, and I'm sure lots of movement, just like we had in London, Mark.
Right, Rosie, thank you very much. Right over my shoulder, Razorback International are inside the ring. Max Weishaupt, Christian Kuckuck, no changes for the Germans. Let's go back to the start of the second half of GCL Round 2.
Wilker's down at ground level. He's been normally watching him up nice and high. So the cameraman seems to have him well spotted. So we'll keep an eye on his reactions. Hopefully he'll be applauding his guys when they come back out. So here we go down the long side. Zucker up, that 13-year-old stallion. Say, foot perfect in the first leg this afternoon, the 1.55 m. Let's see how he copes now with the 1.60 m. Looks nice and fresh. Expertly ridden this morning. Maximilian put on a display. Really balanced, really organised. Just put him in the right place every time, going the right way. That's super stuff. Now, up to the combination. Sits up. Now just balance him. Little support. And the course is class behind. You see the way he just hinges on his back end. Now needs to prop off that. Yeah, so brave. Just runs down there. He's gone nice and wide here. He knows the clear round is what he's really looking for. Now comes a little bit from right to left. Don't get trapped. Well done. Now stays out and gets square. This is 1.60 m. He's been jumped really well all day. I think the rider's been very respectful of it. Up the distance. And then the water tray makes no effect on this guy. Now, difficult jump here. Keeps the horse really straight. Executed that perfectly. Now, don't drift on the corner. Present him really nicely. And now this horse is brave. This is not going to affect him. Sits back, and he doesn't. Just sat up a little bit. Not sure what happened there. Last fence. Oh, wow. We need to see that again. Looked like he was perfect down to it. Yeah, it's a clock on the right-hand side. The poles are quite narrow. As you can see, I think they're less than 2 meters. Big gate on the left-hand side. Horse is really brave. Came down here lovely. Look, I can't even see what touched that, to be honest. I think, oh, wow, just the tip of his toes. Yeah, I shake my head. That's just that's crazy. Yeah, that's just the slightest error. There's not even a half a centimetre in that. I'm not sure what that means in German. But what a pity. Yeah. Tough sport. Okay, Christian comes in. He had a fence down this morning with George. This is the 10-year-old by Chaco Blue. It's another stallion. Looked really impressive this morning in the first leg this afternoon. Now, can he put on the same again? Starts off really nicely. Christian turns up really tight to that big oxer. A lovely in, just sits up nice and balanced, just supports him. Now keeps off the front rail. Now he just lets him flow down the distance. And look at that, just sits him off. Horse very good behind again. Keeps coming through the corner here. You can see Christian has that lovely balance, slightly, that lovely light seat. Carries his hands in that, you know, real traditional way. Really consistent, nice hold of the horse all the way. makes it very easy for the horse all the time. This horse is getting a little bit keen as he goes on now. So Christian's just having to work a little bit harder, keep him off that front rail. Now, don't shake your head. Now, narrow fence, second last. Last fence coming up. Maybe disappointed. Horse was very good all the way through the round. Unfortunately, they're going to finish up on a score of 12. So 4 faults each in the second round, added to their 4 earlier on. Puts them in third place at the moment. They have a time of 1:52.19. So I'm sure those ahead are just still breathing a sigh of relief. They're keeping their noses in front. Wow, just clips down on the back rail. Ludger shakes his head. Yeah, they hope really to apply more pressure onto those teams in the lead. Yeah, that look says it all. Yeah, a bit disappointed with that. Now, to be fair, horse have been very good.
A pair of 4s for Razorback International, 1 for Christian Kuckuck, 1 for Max Weishaupt as they now move on to 12. Difficult time in Valkenswaard for the Germans. Fences falling in both rounds. The home team, Valkenswaard United, are now in the ring. Hans-Dieter Dreyer and Gilles Thomas. A double horse change for the men in blue. Let's go join the championship leaders.